They told him to keep his head down. They told him the system was bigger than him. They told him people like you don't win battles like this. But what happens when an innocent man is crushed under power, lies, and arrogance? And the very trap meant to destroy him becomes the weapon that exposes everything. Tonight's story is about betrayal, endurance, and a reversal so shocking it leaves the powerful speechless. This is not just a story. This is a warning. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss stories of truth, justice, and black struggle turning into black triumph. Now, let's begin. Marcus Holloway had the kind of face people overlooked. Not weak, just familiar. A working man's face. The kind that blended into factory floors and late-night bus stops. For 12 years, Marcus worked maintenance at Crestview Financial Tower, polishing floors no executives ever noticed and fixing lights no one thanked him for. Except one man noticed him, Victor Langston. Langston was everything Marcus wasn't: wealthy, connected, untouchable. CEO, media darling, the kind of man whose handshake could open doors and whose word could close caskets. Langston didn't see Marcus as a man. He saw him as furniture. The trouble started with a missing file. A confidential document tied to an offshore account vanished from Langston's private office. Panic rippled through the executive floor, but Langston didn't panic long. He pointed. "Maintenance was here," Langston said calmly. "Check Holloway." By sunset, Marcus was in an interrogation room, fluorescent lights buzzing like insects. He kept saying the same thing. "I didn't take anything." They didn't hear him. Security footage showed Marcus entering the office. No footage showed him leaving with a file, but suspicion doesn't need proof when power fills the gaps. Langston leaned back, arms folded, watching from behind the glass. Marcus felt it then, that cold realization. This wasn't about truth. This was about convenience. By morning, he was fired. By nightfall, he was arrested. And by the end of the week, the headlines read, "Janitor steals millions in corporate data." His neighbors stopped answering the door. His phone went silent. His mother cried herself to sleep. And Marcus sat in a concrete cell, wondering how a life could be erased so quickly. Langston slept peacefully. Victor Langston held a press conference 3 days later. He wore a navy suit and a practiced expression of disappointment. Cameras flashed as he spoke of betrayal and trust violated. He never said Marcus's name. He didn't have to. The prosecutor assigned to the case, Harold Klein, owed Langston favors, campaign donations, charity galas, quiet promises. The case moved fast. Too fast. Marcus's public defender met him once. She skimmed the file like it offended her. "They've got you on camera," she said. "Best chance is a plea." "A plea for something I didn't do?" Marcus asked. She shrugged. "System doesn't care about innocent, cares about clean endings." In jail, Marcus met men who'd been chewed up the same way. One night, an older inmate named Reggie leaned over and said, "They don't need you guilty. They just need you quiet." That sentence stayed with Marcus. Meanwhile, Langston celebrated. The missing file had reappeared, conveniently, found in an anonymous drop. The company's stock stabilized. No further investigation needed. But Langston made one mistake. He underestimated silence. Marcus spent nights replaying every second in that office. Every sound, every reflection. He remembered the mirror wall behind Langston's desk. Remembered Langston making a phone call while Marcus fixed the light. And he remembered something else. Langston had taken the file himself. Marcus didn't know how he'd prove it yet. But for the first time since his arrest, he knew the truth mattered to someone. In jail, time stretches, but observation sharpens. Marcus requested access to discovery materials. Most inmates wouldn't bother. Marcus did. Page by page, frame by frame, he studied the security footage. That's when he saw it. A reflection. For less than half a second, in the mirrored wall, Langston's hand slipped the file into his briefcase after Marcus had already left the office. It was faint, blurry, almost invisible. Almost. Marcus's defender dismissed it. That won't hold up. So Marcus wrote letters. To journalists, to watchdog groups, to anyone who still believed truth mattered. Weeks passed. Then one reporter responded. Her name was Alana Brooks. She watched the footage once, then again, then leaned forward. Why hasn't anyone enhanced this? Because no one wanted to. Until now. Alana's article dropped like thunder. Reflection reveals CEO, not janitor, took missing file. Social media ignited. Independent analysts enhanced the footage. Former Crestview employees came forward. Stories of intimidation, hush money, threats. Langston laughed it off at first. Then subpoenas arrived. Then investors panicked. Then federal agents knocked. Marcus watched the news from a common room TV as Langston was escorted into a courthouse. The same courthouse where Marcus had once been ignored. Langston's face wasn't calm anymore. It was afraid. The courtroom was silent as the footage played on a massive screen. Frame by frame, reflection by reflection. Langston's hand. Langston's briefcase. Langston's lie. The prosecutor avoided Marcus's eyes. The judge cleared his throat. "Mr. Holloway," he said, "this court apologizes. Charges dropped. Record expunged. Lawsuits filed." Langston was indicted on fraud, obstruction, and conspiracy. Power didn't save him. Truth exposed him. Marcus walked out of the courthouse into sunlight that felt new. He didn't smile right away. He breathed. Months later, he stood before a crowd, not as a defendant, but as a voice, speaking about injustice, about silence, about watching closely when the powerful assume no one is. He never became rich, but he became free. And Langston? Langston learned what happens when you mistake invisibility for weakness. They tried to erase him. They tried to bury him under lies. But they forgot one thing. The truth doesn't need power. It only needs time and courage. If the story moved you, reminded you, or strengthened you, subscribe to the channel right now. Because here we tell the stories they hope you never hear. Justice isn't loud, but when it arrives, it echoes forever.